all on board. My name is David Bacon. I've lived in Marina for about 20 years. I'm an independent journalist and an ex-transgender. I want to start by stating a quote by Nelson Mandela that is above the district office front door. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. With that said, I'm here to share my piece with you that in good faith you will come to understand and research the damages our nation, my home, is facing. The LGBTQ community, clubs, and activities have become a dangerous fire to play with around the children. I can respect the adults who make their decisions. I am not against the LGBTQ community specifically. I am against the indoctrination and push by the mainstream media and what these social media influencers are doing. As we know, a child's mind is ever-changing and developing. Children have what I like to call sponge brains. They literally absorb every little thing we adults tell them. As a child, I went through my own phases. I eventually went down this path, but I came out of it a better man. I don't regret my decision because I made peace with myself. However, more children have thoughts of suicide after they've transitioned more than before, with a 40% increase. I believe, and others here might agree with me, that the big corporations have been playing a dangerous game with the children and their lives. This is not my opinion, this is a fact. Parents have to fight back 11, 12, and even 13 hours of screen time with less than an hour a night with this propaganda. The mainstream media and social media influencers are literally out to get the children. My hope is that this board is educating the children in the basics of true science, reading, writing, arithmetic, and the United States Constitution. I want to finish by taking you guys back to my high school years. I graduated from Seaside High back in 2009. Back then, we had mandatory acceptance events where a speaker from the GSA, which is the Gay Straight Alliance, would talk about how awesome it was to be gay. They haven't changed their tune. If anything, it's gotten worse. So adding this small social aspect to a mandatory meeting isn't something the schools should be taking part in. Let the parents teach them what they want them to learn when it comes to their social lives. Children can't drive, buy tobacco or alcohol, or even rent a motel for a night. So I teach them they can mutilate their bodies and take these so-called puberty blockers that have a lifelong, irreversible damage. The mainstream media and doctors won't tell you this, but between 5 and 10 years after the children's transition, they will regret their decision and have permanent damage. I pray that this board is doing everything it can make a safe place for education, to be able to talk about these feelings in closed session and not as a group in a form of indoctrination. Thank you for allowing me to speak my piece and share my opinion with this committee. My name is David Bacon, and I yield.